Today on the channel from the Masters of the Universe Origins collection, we've got the Mattel Creations exclusive Space Sumo.
The spirit of the warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Masters of the Universe Origins unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we've got the Mattel Creations exclusive Space Sumo. But for all your other Masters of the Universe Origin needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $39 does ship free, as you guys probably know by now. But Space Sumo, feel like I've been here before, a little deja vu Iron Maiden style, as Space Sumo returns to the line, as we did have him previously, about 6 months ago or so. It probably came out, what is time, as we always say. We got Space Sumo, Pighead, and Sunman in a Target exclusive 3-pack. Now we're getting Space Sumo, which looks to be the exact same Space Sumo on a single card here. We'll compare it to that one later on in this video. But maybe they're wanting to have the whole Sunman team on their own single card. That's the only thing I can think of. Of course, that was a Target exclusive, like I said. This being a Mattel Creations exclusive, maybe they think between the two exclusives, they touch everybody that could possibly want this figure. Not exactly sure the thought process on this one, and I think a lot of the Masters Universe fans thought the same thing, because this didn't sell out very quick. I think it's still actually up for order. So we're used to the Camel Cons, the Wondar selling out almost immediately. This guy didn't really have a fighting chance to begin with, if you ask me. So it's an interesting one, a little bit of a head-scratching one, this figure here. But we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And of course, being a Mattel Creations exclusive, you get the nice mailer box, very Super 7 feeling, a little bit more detail, of course, but you get old Space Sumo right there, Rulers of the Sun, Sunman. And then on the other side, there he is, ready for action. So you got the good guy just hanging out, and then you got a bam, full-on ninja, telekinetic ninja style right here. Always keep these boxed, though, as you guys know. Very, very cool. Now we turn our attention to the actual figure over here. Now this came on straight carding, be it a cheaper price point, like the Camel Con we saw, the original Sunman over there. A little bit more expensive. It had the pull-away carding that you could save and keep. We didn't get that in this place. I think that was a smart move, because not a lot of people are going to buy these, and I think people that were on the fence probably wouldn't have pulled the trigger at a $30 price point. They were a lot happier with a $20 and change price point with shipping. At least that's how I justify it myself. Now, I did pick up 2 of these because I'm an absolute crazy person. I don't recommend that. I will have one of these mint on card, of course, unpunched, hanging on my Masters Universe Origins wall. Check out my Toy Room tour if you want to see that collection. And then I'll have this one to open, and this one straight up for science, because I believe outside of the comic book, everything else is pretty much the same on this. But like I said, we'll see shortly. But we do get the familiar Origins packaging we've seen before. New for 2022 up there in the top. Man, somebody didn't tell him. He didn't see that coming. He's supposed to be telekinetic. We're in 2023, pal. What are we doing here? But we do got him on the front. Looking good. You got the Sunman logo. Masters Universe Origins package we're very used to. Retro play, of course. All that fun stuff. What's it say? Telekinetic Ninja, of course. Of course he's Telekinetic Ninja. And there he is on the back doing the fighting it out. And then he's got like some of his fallen elders. Maybe that's who he's talking to. Who knows? Who knows what's going on back there? But of course we do get the comic book with him. And we're going to get him out of the package. Maybe. We're going to rip it up. That's how we always do it. If I can get it in there. I'm always so leery, and I'm sure some of you guys are in the same boat, scared to rip that comic book. You rip a comic book one time, and then you're scared for the rest of your life. Nothing going on there. See you later up high. Goodbye. We do get the comic book. It fell out, so we're going to look at that first. It says, The Legend of Space Sumo. And I don't know if you're like me. When I think of sumo, I think of like Yokozuna. Even though he's not a real sumo, I know that. But sumo, I think of a sumo wrestler, that kind of style, which his body type doesn't quite fit the space or the sumo way of going to business, I guess. But who knows? Maybe it's just one of those things. I don't know exactly the reason for the naming on this guy. But quite the comic book here, a little bit thicker, it feels like. I guess it gives his backstory a little bit. Just a really interesting one, because we got to be honest, there is people that know about the Sunman character. They know about the history of the characters from Sunman. I am not one of those. I don't remember ever seeing those or knowing anything about them. And you guys know I was a kid of the 80s out in the stores looking for stuff all the time. I don't remember ever seeing it or coming across it. So not everybody knows about these characters. So that's what makes it a little more interesting. They would go this to market this way with Mattel Creations on this one, especially since we already had him previously. But who knows? But it just looks like a, I don't know, a paint by numbers story in here. I'll have to read it and see. Maybe I can have a Space Sumo reading with Kyle in another video. I don't know, but very interesting. Always cool to get the comics. The artwork's always nice. Always top notch from the Mattel team. Now we take a look at Space Sumo in the plastic prison. There he is, looking pretty good. Gonna pop him out, see what's doing here, see what's going on. Bam, see you later. See what all the fuss is about with Space Sumo. And I gotta be honest, not a lot of fuss. Not a lot of fuss on the old streets, as we always talk about. We do get his sword right here. He gets a nice ninja sword. Get a little bit of a bend into it. That's not too big of a deal. All one color, sculpted in gray. You got a nice handle going on. You could really bring it out with some paint if you really wanted to. But we do get that. And then we do get his mask, his Space Sumo mask. Very interesting looking mask. Almost reminds me of like a welding mask, except doesn't have the goggles over the front. But my grandpa was a welder, and I used to see him weld all the time. Kyle, turn around and close your eyes, he would say. But he would have the mask on and have the kind of things going down to prevent the sparks on him, all that kind of stuff. It really does remind me of this, or at least an old school welding mask from way back in the day. I should grab this Space Sumo. I'll just have him sitting right here. Everything checks out. So far, both accessories exact same. Have to imagine this figure is going to be 100% identical, and it really, really is. To me, that's a bit of a miss. We saw with Pighead, he had a little bit metallic color to him in that 3-pack to differentiate himself from the single-carded release. Of course, Sunman, very different as well. I wish they would have done something different with Space Sumo. I don't know if you need to give him an extra head or a different head, but maybe a different color scheme, or maybe a brighter colors or metallic colors, something like that. Make it a point of difference, and they didn't do that for us for Mattel. So I'm going to have to take that into my own hands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one displayed like this. I'm going to have one displayed with his sword in his sword holder in the back. And he'll be holding his hat, helmet, mask, whatever we're going to call it. I'm going to make him as different as I possibly can. So that's what I'm going to do, at least me. I don't know if you got 2 of these. If you're a crazy person like me, what are you going to do to make them different? I think that's really all you can really do. Of course, we'll walk through this figure real quick. The origin style articulation is here. Pull and play, plug and play, move the body parts around if you so choose. Arms all the way around, of course. Single jointed elbows with the side to side. Hands back and forth, side to side as well. Head removable all around, up, down. Plenty of head movement on this one for sure. Waist articulation, you can do those big old Space Sumo telekinetic splits. They're a special kind of split. It takes a lot of time honing your craft in the gym. Ankles very similar, or I should say knees very similar to the elbows, single jointed. You get a little side to side. Do get a boot cut, then ankles back and forth. He does come with a harness as well. You can hold everything in. Always nice to get stuff like that. You can pop that off if so be it. If you really want to, you can knock that off if you want to. Nice orange and tealish color, I guess it's the closest thing I can think of throughout. It really does match. Of course, he's got a loincloth. He's tripped to Eternia a few times. Apparently, he doesn't just hang out in the Sunman universe. He'll go to Eternia and get his loincloth when he needs to. But besides that, really everything we saw in the prior review of this figure when we unboxed the 3-pack on the channel. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not familiar with the character, as I've said numerous times. It just really is what it is. And like I said, I'm just going to have to put the sword in here, have him holding his helmet, mask, whatever we're going to call it, make it feel as different as possible. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Of course, does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Pretty sure he's going to fit if his brother in arms does. And he fits perfectly there. Make sure you get the Mattel stands, as I always do say. But there it is. A double dose of Space Sumo. I don't know if anybody asked for it, but hey, you're getting it no matter what. Masters Universe Origins line, a fun line, one of the funnest lines to collect. It's a line I don't really stress about, which is really nice. It seems to be fairly easy to get. If you're looking around, you're poking around in the Entertainment Earths of the world, your Target stores, Walmarts, you guys get the point. It's a fun line, but to me, this is a little bit of a misstep right here. Not sure we really needed this. I don't know if there was a need, a calling. Only thing I can think of is they wanted all the Sunman universe characters to have their own carded figures, and he was kind of left in the lurch by being in that 3-pack. Really should have thought that through a little bit, maybe put somebody different in that 3-pack, something else in that 3-pack. I don't know, but it just feels not really what I wanted, especially out of a Mattel Creations exclusive. And I think the majority, overwhelming amount of collectors said the same thing, as it hasn't sold out. It didn't sell out immediately. So I guess you got to vote with your wallet, and you got to take the temperature of the fan base, and that's what we saw there on Mattel Creations' website. So there it is. There's old Space Sumo. Any thoughts? Did you pick it up? Did you pass? What are your thoughts on this figure? It's not a bad figure. It's just one that doesn't resonate with me, for example, but it might resonate with you. But let me know your thoughts on this one. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're unboxing everything He-Man over here, and we're unboxing it even sooner over on Patreon. Your best way to support the channel. You also get Q&As, giveaways, and a whole lot more extra content on the Patreon channel. ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson for even more fun over there and another way to support the channel. And then don't forget to follow and hit me up on social media. SirPaul64 is where you're going to find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. For Space Sumo, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.